holding out hope in Surfside.
It's been extremely agonizing. It's been very painful.
Relatives leaving flowers and saying prayers. Shocking details about the building.
What took place, how it happened, and so this will never happen again.
Coming out just days after the collapse. And despite the tragedy,
I expect miracles. I'm expecting many miracles.
Local leaders are holding on to their optimism. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache, and today is Monday, June 28th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
As the search continues, members of the community organizing a memorial to help others cope with the tragedy of the partial collapse of the building in Surfside, as the search for survivors continues. The community continues to mourn the mourning as people surround a memorial site in front of the partially collapsed building. Neighbors of the community created the site to honor those still missing and bring hope. With more than 72 hours that have passed, the search continues for the 159 missing people. Meanwhile, a nearby memorial organized by Leo Soto comes together as a sign of hope.
What I'm experiencing here, it's been very moving. I've seen a lot of people go up to the memorial, shed tears. I've hugged a lot of people.
Families and friends like Pablo Rodriguez, who is missing his mother and grandmother, devastated to share the news, but cling on to hope.
My son saw the footage in the morning. I don't know if he's processed it completely, but he's, we're trying to hold off until we officially know.
Today in Surfside, photos, flowers, and candles can be seen behind me in this memorial fence from the 159 missing persons.
The process of identifying these victims is very difficult. We're going to be relying on DNA testing, and that is why we've already been gathering DNA samples from the family members.
As missing persons are being identified, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue took a moment to visit the memorial site for a moment of prayer and reflection.
First responders on the scene tell us they have hope. So we ask everyone to trust them, to have patience, and to pray with them and for them and for the survivors.
Meanwhile, the families and friends at the Reunification Center were seen leaving the site, comforting one another as they wait for answers.
As long as the experts that we trust are telling me they have hope to find people who might have been able to survive, then we have to make sure that we hold on to that hope.
Reports of the building structure heating warning signs of major structural damage. The network's Casey Mintz breaks down the investigation as people continue to look for answers.
As the cleanup and the search and rescue continues, you hear one thought echoed from family members to elected officials to law enforcement personnel, and that is, how could a building just fall?
It's impossible. This doesn't happen. Buildings don't just collapse. It's not real.
NPR obtaining documents saying that the Champlain Tower South had major structural damage, according to a report from a consulting firm. The consulting firm even going so far as to say failure to complete some of the repairs could, quote, cause the extent of the concrete deterioration to expand exponentially. Just over a month after the report was released, an inspector met with residents of the tower and told them the building was just fine. According to the article from NPR, Miami-Dade Mayor Danielle Levine Cava says she did not know about the report, but a Miami commissioner has faith that it will all be figured out.
We will know, as the governor said and as the mayor said, what took place, how it happened, and so this will never happen again within our community.
The Associated Press also reporting yesterday that residents of the Surfside condo were just days away from making their first payment towards the repairs that were recommended 3 years prior. In the wake of this collapse, Mayor Cava wants all other older buildings looked at as well.
I am directing that our Department of Regulatory and Economic Resources will immediately commence an audit of all of the buildings at the 40-year point and beyond.
As those search and rescue efforts continue and as the investigation starts to begin, those reports are going to become very, very important to trying to figure out how this tragedy was caused. And also, make sure you stay tuned to Newsbreak and to the South Florida Media Network, because we will have updates ongoing as the investigation continues. And for Newsbreak, I'm Casey Mintz. Is it, Lolly?
Beware, fraudulent fundraising campaigns are rising in the wake of the Surfside building collapse. The Better Business Bureau is advising people to donate to established charities rather than support crowdfunding campaigns. The organization says for those who want to donate to crowdfunding campaigns to read the posts carefully and make sure the funds will be used for specific purposes. Surfside city leaders remaining optimistic this morning on the efforts to save more lives. After a difficult few days, including heavy downpours and fires, officials hope to see some miracles. Officials including Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett.
I expect miracles. I'm expecting many miracles. We got everything we need and more. We just need some luck, and we've had it. Now it's 100% focus on getting those people out of there.
More than 150 people are still unaccounted for, and 9 are now confirmed dead. Some have been saved, but time seems to be running out for the remaining survivors. Out at sea this morning, the first big ship to set sail after 15 months being docked. That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Otha Wallace was located hiding in a treehouse.
A suspect in custody. The man accused of shooting a South Florida officer found hiding in an unusual spot. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
I was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text to emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's put a ride home.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
The man accused of shooting a Daytona Beach officer in the head was arrested miles away in Georgia. Police found him in a tree, but even more disturbing than the location where they found him was what he had with him.
Otha Wallace was located hiding in a treehouse. In the treehouse with Wallace was multiple flashbangs, rifle plates, body armor, 2 rifles, 2 handguns, and several boxes of ammunition.
The property that 29-year-old Otha Wallace was found in is associated with a black nationalist paramilitary organization. Sheriffs say that Wallace's social media shows a hatred of law enforcement. Cruises are waking up at sea this morning as a commercial cruise leaves port for the first time in 15 months, and it was Port Everglades. At 40% of its capacity, the Celebrity Edge sets sail on Saturday evening. Parts of the ship will be allocated for unvaccinated guests, while those who are vaccinated will not have to wear masks while on board. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.